Thank you very much, Mike, Brad, the whole team.
Okay, so we have started our medical service comparison website 4 years ago, doclist.com. And we started it because we found a huge global problem by finding trusted care providers globally by treatments. It's very important because let's imagine, for example, that you or your partner is an endangered pregnant with twins. Then you will look for the best specialist in endangered pregnancies with twins, not just any gynecologist. So our competitors are listing around 100 treatments. We list 88,000 of them. Because we're relying on our 10 years of experience in price comparison. It is a huge challenge because if you think about it, there are no standard XML feeds about which doctor does which treatment because there are no global e-commerce providers in healthcare.
We found out that helping patients is even more important if they search doctors abroad. We come from Budapest, and dental tourism is pretty big. A lot of people from the UK, Ireland, Russia, and France come to Hungary to get affordable dental care. Actually, there are even bigger medical tourist hubs in the world. For example, Thailand with its $4.7 billion per year, Singapore with its $6 million per year, and there are even countries that specialize on a few care. For example, a lot of people, a lot of patients from the Persian Gulf go to South Korea to get transplantation surgeries. And if you add this up, you will find out that medical tourism is huge. It will reach $540 billion by 2025. And I was talking to a Canadian plastic surgeon last week, and he said there is no way he will support Etheal. And it turned out he hates medical tourism because people from Canada and US goes to Mexico and get cheap but low quality care, and they get mistreatments. And they goes back to their home country and demand their doctors to fix them up. And as it turned out, and after deep conversation, he found out that we want to solve this problem. We want to help patients to find affordable and high-quality care abroad. Now, we want to have a positive global impact. We are going to improve the lives of 1 billion people by making healthcare more transparent. We are building the blockchain platform of healthcare.
So currently we are serving in Hungary and Brazil 2.5 million visits per year. And why blockchain? First, we would like to decentralize reviews because we think it's unfair that doctors lose all their reviews on doctor listing websites if they stop paying. Second, we are going to use micro-incentivization with blockchain and smart contracts like Steemit does, which in the last 6 months became a top 2,000 most visited website in the whole world. So micro-incentivization works.
We have 3 phases. The first one is expansion. We want to expand to 5 to 30 countries. The second one is monetization.
So we are going to monetize this market, this medical tourism market, with a model which we call the Pareto sales model, where doctors pay $10 for each lead. It works because if a visitor makes an inquiry to a free doctor, the system offers to forward the same inquiry for 4 additional doctors who happen to be paying. So even if in the beginning only 4 doctors are paying for leads, the system makes 80% of its maximum revenue potential, making it Pareto efficient.
We already have a signed contract with one of the oldest and biggest private clinic in Hungary that has 100 physicians. And the third phase is to being a full-fledged blockchain platform and allow third-party developers to create their own healthcare applications. We have a digital communication agency. And in the last 8 years, we worked in 18 industries in 13 languages, and we won awards like the 2 Etheal Awards, which is the Oscar of advertising effectiveness, and regional Deloitte Technology Fast 50. We have a global team from 8 countries, having experiences from companies like Google and Bank of America. We have blockchain entrepreneurs, the Harvard Medical School alumnus Professor Dr. Tibor Barta, and Vit Jedlička, the president of Liberland, joined our advisory board after deep conversations. We have 2 early investors who built and exited their e-commerce company that sells $56 million worth of services. Actually, Viktor led that full code-based refactorization that resulted in a dramatic growth. Viktor also developed our smart contract that was audited by Blockchain Labs New Zealand without finding any critical issue. Blockchain Labs New Zealand also audited several top ICOs. Our community has several thousand members and growing. We get an overwhelming positive feedback from the community. As Dr. Christy Taylor, the president of Heka Healthcare Consulting, told us after analyzing 30 health ICOs that we are unique because we don't want to put healthcare records on blockchain, but we want to disrupt the whole process of finding trusted care providers globally. And that might be the reason that both ICO Rating and Track ICO ranked us among the top health ICOs.
So we have a utility token, and regarding our token structure, I would like to quickly highlight two things. The first, that founders and team tokens are vesting for 4 years with a 1-year cliff, and we have a more than 10 million token holder reward, where we reward contributors who are buying tokens during pre-sale and normal sale, and they keep their tokens intact for 3 to 9 months. We sold our min cap in 5 hours, and actually we are closing our pre-sale in just 3 hours, so it's not too late if you would like to join. So. Just the next slide. So, and we have a few epic to-dos in our queue until our normal sale in February. For example, we are planning our own crypto exchange with our partner who are already running an online exchange and several Bitcoin ATMs. And we also currently helping more than 80 charities with visibility by providing them a mobile-friendly, responsive profile on doclist.com. We are going to also integrate Monero mining on these profiles, so visitors, after explicitly donating their excess CPU, all the Monero mined will be forwarded to the selected charities. We deeply believe in that we should help those out in the fields. So this is why in the long term, users will have the chance to offer a portion of their income from Etheal to forward to a selected charity, which is close to them locally or close to them to their heart emotionally. And we will boost participation by enabling users to show off on their profiles how much they donate, so basically using social proof for good. So to quickly recap our most distinct unique selling propositions, we list more than 88,000 services. We use micro-incentivization, we decentralize reviews, and we use the Pareto sales model to monetize medical tourism. So thank you.
One last sentence. We have a fun airdrop now. If you send your Ethereum address to this secret email, we will send back to you 1 HEAL token. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
We do have just another minute if there are any quick questions. Yeah?
So I want to compliment you for finding an interesting industry to be in and for having a business model. That's
Thank you very
great.
much.
Thank you.
I want to, and this is a good use case for blockchain with the decentralized reviews. You're playing blockchain well. Economy though, $10 per listing or per review. Why dollars? Why not your tokens?
Yeah, it's just to make, because obviously I could say HEAL tokens as well, but currently people understand it more if we say dollars, but in the long term it obviously will be HEAL tokens. But actually we can pact with anything, so it's not really pegged and stick to the dollar, so it's not something which has to be stay the same for the long term. Okay. So basically this is just for understanding the concept.
Okay, and like I said, good use of blockchain. I'm not quite sure, other than for raising capital. Can you go give another second on why you need your own tokens?
Yeah, of course. The first thing is most people think that ICOs and tokens are good for raising money. I think from learning our pre-sale, we got a huge community as well. It's very important. So now we have like awesome community members and organizers in Russia and Asia. We didn't have it before. Second reason why we have this token sale is having the liquidity to run for 2 years. And the third reason is to have our own tokens in the long term. We plan to have our own blockchain, so then having a dedicated token, it's much easier than just accepting Bitcoin or Ethereum and making some calculations and some accounting. So when we make this transition, it's going to be much easier when we have our own tokens.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.